from also what I understand, you have no problem, you have no issue spending $2,000, $4,000, whatever $1,000 it is on a Frenchie, on a Maltese, on a cockapoodle. That's a damn mutt. You have no problem spending money on that dog. And what does that dog do? Literally, like, tell me, what is that dog supposed to do in his life? You actually have to put that dog inside your home, which is nothing wrong with it. It's a lap dog. You got to make sure the dog is in the home, so it had to be climate control. You got to make sure this dog get a specific type of food. It can't eat just the regular dog food. We got to get a specific type of food. You got to actually feed this dog like people food / dog food for these dogs, just to keep them living. This dog actually has to go see a veterinarian damn near as much as your child needs to. That's just so that it can keep living. And on top of that, usually I've been seeing that a lot of y'all buy dogs who have like deficiencies with them. Like the most expensive animals I've seen of these small dogs, they are the most deficient animals. And they carry the biggest amount of sticker tag on them. You yourself is a bulldogger. You have no problem spending whatever thousands of dollars they charging for that dog. You don't have an issue with spending the money for that particular dog. And that dog don't have to do nothing in life. Nothing. All it has to do is just live and be a leech off of you. But the dog who has to do the most to live, you want a Pitbull to damn near give up its life or even risk its life every time you put it on the line, just so this dog can be able to eat its food the next day. And this particular dog don't need no vet bills like that. Like it doesn't need vet assistance that much the way another breed of dog does. It can pretty much survive on its own without nobody, just regular feed. And this is if you don't even have an athlete. This is just if you got a regular dog. It can survive without your interference as long as you can feed it every day. And the dog can adapt to whatever environment that you stick it into. But that particular dog, that dog is the one that you want to put forth the most effort to live every fucking day. And that's the least amount of money that you want to spend on this dog. That particular dog, you only want to spend $600, $700. Dude, I haven't seen a $600 dog for a pit bull since 07, 08. Not nothing that's worthwhile. I haven't seen any. You were talking about all the dogs I haven't. Kind of, maybe a little bit. I haven't seen any dog worthwhile that has a $400, $600 sticker tag on them today that's worth something. Now don't get it twisted now. It don't mean that dog ain't worth anything because it got a cheap price, because a good dog is where you find them. But this is what's happening with the bulldog game today. A lot of individuals are finding those good dogs through people who have got it from a peddler. And what's happening with the bulldog game is that a lot of individuals are so used to getting good dogs at below market rate value or at thrift store value, they don't value when another one comes along at the certain price. My prices is my prices. I ain't budging. And the reason why they'll usually budge is because majority of those people, they'll have too many dogs. The reason why you can get a really good bred dog for a little bit of nothing is because the owner had too many dogs and he made a breeding to where he can't keep them all. So now he's overflushed with too much stuff. This is why a puppy that would usually have $1,000 sticker tag on it, this is how you get them down to $400, $600. Because the dude done had the puppies when they first born. You know, off top, you got 6 weeks to get these dogs ready to go. They all cute and cuddly and you happy with them the first day. And they all cute and cuddly and you happy with them up until week 2.5, close to 3. By 3, these little fuckers is walking and moving and they're shitting everywhere. And the mother no longer picks that shit up by eating it. So what that leaves you have to do, you got to get that shit up, which is annoying. So them $1,000, $1,500 puppies from day one, now we at 2.5 to 3 weeks of age. That's what 21. That's 21, 26 days old, 21, 24 days old. Now that $1,000 done chopped on down to, well, I can let one go for like about 8, just don't say nothing. And nobody bite on it. And so now that $1,000 come on, that $800 come on down to, well, I can probably let this one go for like maybe $750 or $700, and ain't nobody biting on it. Now, mind you, this dog is bred the way that everybody wants. The only problem with that is that you the one that got the dog. They don't respect you as the owner of the dog. They respect who you got them from, or the names all up and down the pedigree, but they don't respect you to have that. Yeah, I have 3 that are over 3,000. That's good business, behave. They don't respect you as having that dog. They respect where you got them from. So even though your puppies is $1,000 to you, from day 1 to day 24, they're $1,000. If the person you got this dog from had your exact same breeding and puppies for sale, the people who you trying to advertise to, they'll buy from him because they respect him. He's a known peddler. He's a known person in his pedigree, so they'll buy from him. They won't buy from you. And so since that's the case, you start undercutting the person you got it from, which is, from an entrepreneurial perspective, you're going to screw yourself, because product sells itself all the time. A good product is going to sell no matter where it's at, whoever has it. But when you're trying to undercut your competition with a superior or even equal product, you're going to end up owing later on. And later on going to come up real fast. It's going to come up very quickly. But let's get back to your puppies. Your puppies are, now they're $800. No, I'm sorry. They're $750 now, because you're starting to have to get them moving around, because now they're walking around in about 3 weeks, 3.5 to 4. They're eating food and they're drinking water. But outside of that, they're moving now. They ain't cute and cuddly and small and you can look at them and take a couple pictures with their eyes closed. No, they making noise. They stink. They're moving around. And guess what? You already have 8, 9, 11 other grown dogs on chains. You don't even have the space for these puppies that you made. You done pretty much just put yourself in the hole by having so much. And so by doing so, those $1,000 puppies at day 1, now we at 6 weeks, they done drop down to $400 and $500, because you just want to get them gone, because you don't have the yard space to put them animals anywhere, but you do want to be able to put them out. And so what separates me from all of y'all is that I always have the yard space. I always got space to keep what I'm having. The puppies I got right now, the mama dog, she's 7 years old. I don't breed no good bitches until they at least 5. I get my run out of them dogs. I make sure they can go and do whatever it is they want to do. I don't breed them when they 13 months old, when they first come in heat. I know damn well I appreciate all the animals I have. And so I want to be able to use everything off of them. I want to see what they making. And so when I'm putting my breedings together, these are 5, 8, 9 years down the road. If you go on my social media platform, you'll see a bitch named Chi-Chi, my favorite fucking dog. The bitch is 3 years old. I can stick her right now to her little mate brother, who was my favorite dog too, and I can have a breed. Matter of fact, she just left out of heat in April. That bitch left out of heat in April. I noticed she came in heat thin. I could have stuck her to her brother, which I bred him to the puppies I got right to the bitch I got right now for the puppies. What's up with you, Gary? I could have sat and bred him to her during this time frame. I could have had 2 sets of litters on the ground. And you know what would have happened then? I'd have been exactly like y'all, which is, I got too many puppies now. I got to get rid of some shit. So now my $3,000 finna have to come on down to the working man's price. Let's get this understood. I don't have no working man price dog at all, period. But it would have to come down to a working man's price, because I done flooded myself with too many puppies. And a lot of people who fuck with the dogs, especially bulldogs, they're so used to getting animals from individuals who have flooded themselves out to where they're all they know is deals. All they know is, I'm just going to get a good deal. I'm just going to get a good deal. They're so used to getting good deals. Hold on. I thought so. Good look at that. Matter of fact, I thought so. I knew my damn sound wasn't working. Let me get this together. Hold on. There we go. See? Now I'm back in the action, boy. Y'all done fucked up. I'm back in the action now. Let's say the puppies that y'all used to everybody having. Let's say that those puppies are now 6 weeks of age. Since I done flooded myself out with too many because I decided to make 2 separate breedings, now you're wanting, not even wanting, now you're anticipating getting a deal. Now you're anticipating me giving you a little bit of how would I say this here? You're looking for me pretty much to be asked out in what I'm having, and you're wanting to get it. So you're pretty much finna become an opportunist, which is fine to do. But understand, with what I'm dealing with, I don't have an opportunity for you to have for no low amount. I know that that's an expensive price for what I'm asking. I know this thoroughly. I'm not dumb to this here. I'm not thinking that, oh, I'm finna try this here. I know for a fact I'm asking for more than what y'all consider the so-called sources to be. But for reasons unbeknown to you, I'm doing mine for a reason. I've seen these animals year after year after year after year. I've seen these dogs for a long. I've been watching these damn dogs since '02. I know exactly what they can do. Especially, I know what the bitches out this breeding can do and what they produce and what they give off. I know exactly what they are and how they do it. This is the reason why I'm telling you I'm not letting nothing go for this amount. But because mind you, I only offer this to everybody in the public because I had more than what I was anticipating. This particular breeding I had put together, I was only expecting 6 puppies. One, the bitch is old. She's not super old. The bitch is 7 years old. 2, her first litter she just gave out last year, she only gave out 4 puppies. I was only anticipating 6 from this same bitch. And I bred her to her nephew. Her first litter was to her nephew. He only gave her, if somebody plan on breeding a dog and they can't afford to, you damn right, Stafford. But her nephew only gave her 4 puppies. This her nephew right now, the one I got. I was expecting maybe 6, because he's a little bit younger. He wound up giving us 10, which fucked me up, because out of these lines of dogs, this whole litter, we don't have that amount of dogs. We ain't had we ain't had a bitch spit out that many puppies since 2, 3, 4, 5, like 07, 08. And that's when I had wound up breeding Wesley to a big ass alligator bitch. And he gave me like 13 puppies. Now, mind you, Wesley came from a litter of 13. So I haven't seen a litter of 10 that size from this size of a bitch since something. It was before 2010. So I wasn't expecting a litter of 10. I was expecting a litter of 6. She gave me 10. One died on delivery. I did a vlog about all this too anyway. But one died on delivery, which left me with 9. I was cool with that. And I also decided, you know what, man, everybody ain't gonna make it, because it's life. Puppies happen. 9 dropped down to 8. 9 dropped down to 8. And over the 8, the runt that was still living, I knew he wasn't going to make it, so they dropped us down to 7. Now, mind you, these exact same animals I'm dealing with, these are pit bulls. These ain't the bullies. These ain't Frenchies. These ain't whatever other little stuff y'all making out here. These are pit bulls. These are also pit bulls who was bred and made in Texas in the summertime. And if any of y'all know what Texas heats is like, this is what's happening out here. These puppies have been living since day one in temperatures outside, day one, in 100+ degrees every single day. They are 4 weeks of age. And in Texas, in August, we have had 100-day degrees damn near every day. I have a 7-year-old bitch who lives outside, who made a litter of 10 that dropped down to 7. And out of 7 puppies, all 7 of them dogs are still living in 107, 108, 102, 97 degree temperatures. Every last one of them. They're all moving. They all make noise. It's fucking nasty. The sun is not even knocking them off. Now, had that been a Frenchie, had that been a mixed dog, had that been whatever these little exotic animals is, They wouldn't even made it maybe 30 minutes, period. Because from how I'm seeing it, y'all have to keep them dogs alive. Y'all have to put them in incubation areas. Y'all have to put them dogs in certain temperatures, certain shit. Y'all got to feed them special milk, all that shit. You got to do so much to keep that dog alive when it first come out, and then keep doing more to keep that dog living after it's already of age. And you're willing to spend thousands of dollars on that dog, breed or dog, period. But when it comes to a pit, the same pit that you want to lay down their life any time that they feel like it, or I'm sorry, that you feel like it. And for that one, and for that dog right there, who you want to lay their life on the line anytime you feel like it, you only want to pay working man's price. And from my understanding, working man price is what, $400, $600. How disrespectful are you to this breed, dude? How disrespectful are you to this particular breed that you say you want, that you like, that you need to have, that you only want to spend $400 to $700 from, but you want the maximum from this dog every single time? And you will not, let me repeat, you will not accept the best, anything less from the best from this dog. Make that make sense to me, man. I call them not meant to be dogs. Yeah, I mean, behave. You right, bro. You right. I mean, they not meant for it, like for this way. But how I'm trying to figure this out. If you wanted the dog at said price, I'm asking you personally, how much is that dog worth? How much? If the dog is bred the way you like it, the way you see it, is coming out the best that you can have, how much is that animal worth to you, man? Just put the number down. If the dog is bred the way you like it, it's coming from the person that you wanted to come from, how much would you pay for that dog? What is it? $800? Is it $1,000? Or is that too much? Is it $1,200? Is it $2,500? What is it? Does the mother and the father, do they play a role in how much you're willing to spend on getting the dog? Does the owner of the animal play a role as to how much you're willing to spend on getting the dog? Does the location of the animal, and when I say location, I mean in like people who are around this dog when it's coming up. No, his team. Let's say the team. Do they play a role in you wanting to pay X amount of money for this dog? Because from my understanding, anybody who has a dog that I would like, I would pay the price they asked for it. For 10 for a dog, and I was told she is not for sale. Texas Finest. You know what? My man here said he paid $10K for a dog. He offered $10K for a dog yesterday, and he was told she is not for sale. Now, if that happened in this scenario for this person here, that dog, the owner of that dog knew that he could pretty much get that money back, and that wasn't enough. So I understand why he told you no. And as I said earlier, some of y'all couldn't hear it, but I'll run it back again. Anybody who is trying to get a dog on a deal and you don't want to get the dog for the original purchase price, you don't know how to retrieve your money back to get that dog. And this is why the price is too much. I'm going to always tell this all the time. If you ever hear this anywhere else, they got it from me, man. The price of the pit going up. And it is because I'm not letting go of nothing. I done had so many people in my DMs sit and tell me, ain't nobody going to buy them dogs. And they're true at the moment. And I can sit and tell you off top, the reason why it's true for them at this moment is because the only people who are going to buy the puppies I have are the people who was actually able to visually see the mama and daddy. They know about the mama and daddy, or they just know of what's happening. Social media is not finna buy one of those puppies. They're just not, because they don't understand what it is whatsoever. Social media is just here to observe, because from the standpoint I understand how social media is running things right now, they only know what they're seeing that is commercialized. Now, a lot of the people in social media today, they don't know what it's like to be amongst the newer people, or I'm sorry, they don't know what it's like in the, let's say, the Olden days. Hold on. My foundation dog was quarter demon dinky. That's red boy. Half Mayday, half termite. Pay $500. See, Gary, that right there is the price for what a good dog was. And if you got it for that price, I'm assuming you probably got that dog way back in the gap, maybe. But even so, that's a good deal on the dog. That's a good deal. Pretty much, you got your red boy Jocko dog, pretty much. But what was I saying? Shit. Oh yeah. How the price of the dog is put together. If what the hell was I just saying? I just got through. The dog was what? I was saying something, and I done got through off. I was saying something about that damn dog. Oh well, it'll come back to me. Oh yeah. How the price of the dog can pretty much work out for the day is that if you wanted that dog at a said price and the price wasn't available for you, all you can do is just decide, I'm either going to save up my money and get that dog, or I'm just going to sit and say, screw that dog, I'll deal with it later. Because how the animals are today from yesterday, and yesterday I mean like way back in the gap, since the newer dogs today are more social media dogs, they're pretty much known for what the new generation know. I'm from a different generation. I remember reading magazines to get the information. Now you can get all the information through Google. Through Google. Anybody who good at SEO, they can give you exactly what you're asking for. And from when I was coming up in the 90s, how y'all are visualizing and hearing about Mayday today, that's what it was with Jeep back then. So everything you know about Mayday and how you hearing it and how you seeing so many people, they want them a red boy Jocko dog, they want them a Mayday dog. Like how that dog is being advertised and promoted, in 2023, 2020s or whatnot. He was around in the 90s, but he wasn't able to take hold until now. What was taking hold back then was Jeep dogs and Frisco dogs. But Jeep dogs was first. Everybody had that dog. How y'all will go around everywhere right now and sit and say, yeah, I figured that was back then. Yeah, Gary, I figured that was back then. But like how y'all will go around and sit and say, I got this Mayday bred dog or whatever. I'm hearing the name Chico Lopez fly up a whole lot because of what this here is. And I'm seeing there's a lot of people who weren't around at that time. This is why y'all are purchasing from this dude. Nothing wrong with that. But what's happening is that how that man is able to advertise that dog and that bloodline of animals so well, that's what was being advertised and promoted in the 90s through magazines and books. But it wasn't Mayday. It was Jeep, Frisco, few red boy dogs, no bingo type dogs, Cottonham dogs. It was a few of those. You'll get a couple of other little cats from up north who have what they have, but those were the mainstay animals, 90s, all 2000s and 2010s. You finna get you a Jeep dog, a Frisco dog, or even a Jeep Red Boy dog with a starter kit. Anybody get those dogs, make it look good. But those dogs at those times, those prices for those animals were working man prices. Those were $500 dogs, $600 dogs. But this was in fucking 2000. Dude, it's 2023. You want that exact same breeding of a dog today who has been improved upon over 20 plus years, and you still want that dog for $500 today. And you won't accept past that. Anybody sit and say, I'm trying to sell it for more than that, you sit and say, oh, you messing up the game. Why would you feel that this person is messing up the game? Because this person is trying to sell an animal who has been improved upon. And this also animal is better than every other dog in the world. This dog can do everything everybody else dog can do, and it'll kick their ass too. Outside of being able to outsniff a bloodhound, and outside of being able to outrun a greyhound, them dogs can compete with every breed in the world that's not a specialist. And every last one of those breeds I just gave you, a greyhound, a bloodhound, check up and see how much they cost. They ain't no $500. They ain't no $700. Find out how much those specialized dogs are. And then come back to a pit and sit and say, I want this here. I want this here for this amount of money. That's a specialized animal that they don't sell for less than the market rate value, and they team has made the market rate value very high for them dogs. But yet, a pit bull who is a specialized animal, other people are trying to keep them dogs at a small amount of price because, as I said before, people feel as though those animals are disposable. Nobody is willing to spend thousands of dollars on something that they're finna throw away. Period. 2K is for a quality dog. That is fair. 2,000 for a quality dog is very much fair. Some of those Jeep dogs I didn't like because they was too smart, so I stayed with the red boy shit. Jeep dogs was we stayed away from them because that's what everybody had. And that was pretty much the starter kit. So we stayed away from them dogs any damn way. Outside of Talon. But Wesley, we had him. We stayed away from the Jeep dogs, but they was cool. Everybody had them, so we just pretty much steered clear from them. But if you're wanting a specialized animal for a small amount of money, you don't really want that dog. You just want the hype. You just want to feel good for the moment being, and then you want to dispose of that animal whenever it's not doing whatever you think it's supposed to do, whenever it can't fit the bill. Because a lot of y'all have no idea of what you're actually asking and what you're actually wanting. Because from my understanding, a few of y'all don't have any standards. This is why a $3,000 puppy seems outlandish, because you don't have any standards for what you want. You don't know how to get that animal to do what you're asking it to do. Because one, you don't even know what the animal is coming from. You just know that the animal has a pedigree, and the pedigree, you can't recognize nothing in it. I can tell you off top, it's so many individuals that's probably around your area, in your circuit probably, who have animals who have accomplished whatever they could accomplish, and you have no idea. You're only used to seeing what you see on the computer, and if they show you a pedigree without any type of lights, just a regular ADBA, SDR, BFKC, if they show you just a regular handwritten, computer-made generated pedigree that's printed out, there's no lights on that, you wouldn't know what you're looking at because you don't know how to read a pedigree. If you knew how to read a pedigree, I'll give you a little game on this here. A lot of people, how I was coming up, we was able to read pedigrees off of the first name of the dog. If the first name before the dog name was the person I was used to seeing, I knew exactly what type of dog this was supposed to be. Eli Red Boy dog, Eli Jeep dog, Jeep Red Boy. I knew because of the first name in the dog's pedigrees at that time. Times have changed now. I look at pedigrees today from those down, it's a bunch of names in there. That let me know that nobody was specializing in keeping that together. They were just putting shit together. Nobody was specializing in keeping families. They were just adding things. But if you don't know how to read a pedigree without any lights on it, you don't know what you're able to get or what you're supposed to be getting. I would sit and tell you, learn how to read a pedigree completely black. Learn where the dog is coming from, and then learn what it's supposed to bring to the table. Then you bring the dog to your house and you see if this dog can match up to the standards that you want and the imagination that you put forward here. If you know that this dog was good doing X, Y, and Z because the mom and daddy did this here, then you know for a fact this puppy should be somewhere close to that. And then you put yourself in a position to put that dog in the best light to be that. And if it doesn't if it doesn't become that, you call it the way you do. But that's how you purchase a dog. That's how you go by getting what you want. You do it that way. You don't do it based off of what the hype is, what they call FOMO. Yeah, they call that shit FOMO. You don't do it in that tone. I mean, you can, but when you do it in that tone, all you're doing is hopping into a lane that everybody's in. When you go in here and you get the new trend of the new trendy dog of the day, you go in there and get that dog, and you bring that dog home, and your whole mind frame is, I'm gonna sell these puppies and make my money back. That's a smart move mentally for an investment. But you gotta understand, when you're selling something that is from what everybody else has, all you doing is competing with everybody. And the only way you can stand out from competing with everybody, you gotta bring down your prices. You got to undercut everybody. And guess what happened when you do that? Another sucker is going to undercut you. And they just going to keep undercutting these dogs. So this puppy who was $3,000, $4,000, $2,000, whatever the fuck $1,000 it was, now they finna start having them puppies for hundreds of dollars, $700, $800, because everybody's trying to undercut the other person so they can get off their product. Anybody know damn well if you got a good product, you don't have to cut it at all. You can sell it pure. You don't have to cut nothing when you got a good product. You can sell it dog pure and they gonna sell. All you gotta do is put yourself in a position to where someone will want to buy it. Me personally, I'm not in that position whatsoever. I don't want to sell shit. I only offered what I have for sale now because I had too many. Now I'm back to a case where I can have enough. Now I got 7. I was supposed to have 6. 4 of them already got a place where they're gonna go. So they leave 3. I'm only letting 1 male puppy go. The bitches ain't never leaving. Cause I understand, as I told y'all before, I've seen how everything work with them. The bitches won't never leave the yard. Cause I know that those bitches that we create over here, they've been the missing link to a lot of people's dogs. A lot of people's programs, those bitches have created the missing link that they've been needing. So ain't no bitches out of leaving from this here. They gonna die here. But as far as the male, we'll let you get a male. I got 1 male for sale. Out of 7, it's only 1 of them left. And to everybody else who complained about the selling price of the dog, let me help you out. The reason why I'm not cutting no deals, and also the reason why I don't have nothing that's on sale, even if I decided to, I'm gonna cut them dogs down from $3,000 to $2,500 or $1,000. You know what's gonna happen after that? I'm finna make it to where those dogs look like they not worth nothing now. Because how you go from 3,000 down to 1,500, from 3,000 down to 1,000? How you go from 3,000 down to 800? You done devalued your product to where now people feel as though that whatever price tag you put on them still gonna be too much for anybody because of that. Because of that, the fact that you decided to cut somebody a deal, all because you don't got the space for them. I told y'all before, I got all the space for everything I got. Even with that one extra one that I have that is for sale, I still have the space for him. And the reason why I had space for him, I don't plan on making no breedings for the next 2 years. What does that mean? That means that these dogs can live up until 2 over here in my yard doing the job they're supposed to do. And guess what? All of them may not cut it. So out of the 7, all 7 of them ain't gonna make it. I know all 7 of them ain't gonna make it, but guess what? I'm gonna be over 4 of them, because I don't know if anybody actually has an understanding as to what a purposeful dog is. If you got a working dog, you know for a fact all of them don't make the cut. It don't make them quitters or curs or just nothing good. They just don't meet the standard of what you would like them to be. And luckily for us, we have places for those animals to go that didn't meet the standard. We have no problem being able to fix them to where they can't reproduce, and we give them to the individuals who actually like them this way for free once they don't make the cut. But before then, we put forth to where every animal gets the shot to be the best they can be. So from a puppy on up, this is what they're gonna do over here. And while we having them, $3,000 is what's gonna have to be from the jump. We're not making no excuses. We're not sitting there making it to where we're gonna let somebody come in. I don't even care if anybody purchases them, because I know for a fact I'm gonna make that money double or more later on. And if you don't know how to make your money back later on from your investment today, it's no reason in hopping into any type of ordeal where it costs money to get in. If you don't know how to, but you can also get a quality pit that ain't 3,000. That's the real price. That is very much true. Doggy, my man, dog guy. That's very much true. You can get any type of pit bull for $1,000, $5,000. You can get a damn good one for cheap money. There's so many great dogs for a low value price. It makes it to where anybody who offers an outstanding amount of money for these animals, nobody's willing to bite on that if they don't know you, if they haven't heard of you, if you don't have a legacy or you don't have a reputation of doing X, Y, and Z. They're not going to buy from you for that amount of money, because they know somebody who does have a great dog for $1,500 that they're willing to sell. Understand, I'm not that person. I don't have nothing for that cheap amount of price. I feel as though that person who's willing to sell any grown dog under $3,000, I feel like you really undercutting yourself. You ain't taking into consideration what it take to feed this dog the whole time, the time you had to put in to get this dog to be something. If you raised him, the effort it took for this animal. Now that's nobody's personal understanding of your personal beliefs of value on that dog. That doesn't matter what you spent on this dog time wise, because as a buyer, I don't care. I just want what I want at the price I'm asking for it. But if I can't get it the price I'm asking for, hey, I'm asked out. Fuck it. How many females you have your program? We only got two. We got two. Now, we have access to other ones, but the ones, our specific ones, we got two. Got Chi Chi and we got Explosion. Explosion, the little old bitch we making puppies out for right now. We're going to use her. We probably got maybe 2 more breedings in this bitch here before we sit her on down, because she's 7. We got maybe 2 more on her before we sit her on down. But Chi Chi, the other one's coming up right behind her. We start her when she 5. She still got a whole lot of life left running around in her. We'll think about breeding that bitch when she turns 5 years old. We'll think of that then. Right now, she's just a good dog, be in the yard. Hell, she enjoy living life with the kids and everything. That's pretty much all it is. But when I was saying based off of the how you can find a good dog, anybody who's willing to sell their great dog at a great price, that's that individual's personal scenario for what they feel they should do. I can't tell you that this dog ain't worth what you asking for, even though I know this dog is a pure cur. I know this dog is not worth 2 cents in Mexican money, but you feel it. And since you feel it, you're gonna sit there and say, I want no 1,500, no 15,000, or whatever it is for this particular dog. You're gonna say that. And all I can sit and say is no thank you. And I'll move on. The newer generation come in today, they'll sit and say, oh, that's not what you should be doing. And they'll voice their opinion. Nothing wrong with that. I just see y'all as weak. I just see y'all as just super weak. And I see that as an emotional outburst that you're doing, because you wanted the dog at your price, not at the value price of the said seller. You're telling the said seller, well, the market say that you should sell it at this amount. If the seller was dealing with the market, he would bow to that. I don't deal with the market. I have special clientele. You know what? Fuck it. I'll let it be known. This here advertisement that I gave for these puppies, this wasn't for y'all. It was for specific clientele that's been looking. And once I told them what it was, they're trying to figure out how can they ship this dog to where they at overseas. That's all they're trying to figure out. How can they get this dog overseas once it gets older, because it's nothing but a puppy right now. And they're also trying to figure out how can they keep me quiet? Well, not quiet. How can they keep me entertained to keep them at this price? Because we done business before, and they know the longer I keep this dog, that's the most the price gonna go up, because I got my hands on the damn dog. So they're trying to figure out how can they keep me content until this dog can actually be on the plane, because they don't want to ship no 6-week-old puppy to them. So they're trying to figure out how can they do it. So I can be upfront with y'all. The price wasn't for everybody. It was for a specific clientele that I've dealt with before. They're the ones who wanted to know, and I let them know, and I also let them see what everybody else would see on this here. Now, in the circles that we fuck around with, they're not really social media savvy. So when they saw it, they understood what was happening, and they was pretty much trying to figure out how can they outdo one another. They wasn't worried about outdoing me or social media. So I'm being upfront with y'all. That puppy most likely will be sold 8 or 9 months old, because they be trying to wait me out. They be trying to make it to where the dog got a little bit of age on it, but they know for a fact the price goes up. And so they pretty much are trying to understand or figure out how can they still, how can I put this right? How can they still feel as though they're getting a deal knowing that it's finna cost more? So that's what's happening with the puppies that I'm dealing with. As I told you, it's only one available. So if anybody buy before them, they're not gonna be mad. They understand. But that's pretty much what this was. That was a little a beacon call to them overseas of what's happening. Now, with that being said, I don't want to hold y'all up none no more. I was hoping that the individuals who had all the smoke for me and complained about all the dogs I have for sale, I was hoping that they showed up. but nobody did. I left the links and everything. I told everybody they can pop in here on YouTube and come chop it up with me. Nobody did. I was hoping that they would come in here and those tell me, "Oh, you shouldn't do this here." I was looking for it. I gave everybody a link. I mean, you can see it. Hold on, let me make sure I ain't lying to y'all right here. Yeah, all you gotta do is go into the chat. It's pinned at the top. Hit the link. It's pinned at the top. You could have came in here and told me whatever you felt about this here, and I would have sat and listened to you. I'd have brought you on stage. Hey, tell me your opinion. Nobody did. Everybody seemed to be keyboard warriors. They want to sit and just text it right there under avatar. It's all good, man. It's all good. I understand, man. I understand. You located? Yep, out in the DFW, baby. Yep, it's all good. I ain't mad about it, man. I'm gonna go on and eat that. I'm gonna go and eat that. I know they just know running. A lot of people like to run their mouth, feel good about themselves. Nothing wrong with that. What happened here? Yep. So since I've been on here, this has been what? This is almost an hour. This is almost been an hour stream of me sitting there trying to put this together. So I'm not. I believe a guy that wants to breathe. Appreciate the behave. As I said before, I'm not even going to interrupt what you boys is doing. I appreciate y'all working with me all the way this far. I appreciate y'all chopping it up with your boy. Listen to me. My man Gary, I do thank you for letting me know that my sound wasn't on. I can't believe this shit. I'm going to have to go back and edit this. But I appreciate everybody that came in here, chopped it up with me and everything. You know what? Hold on. We not off just yet. Let me go on and put this together. Hold on. Let me let somebody in. Instagram, I got to let you go. Hello?
Hey, what's up with you, boy?
What's up with you, boy? You on live, baby. You on live right now, man. I'm on here chopping it up, letting it be known what's happening with the price of the pit done went up. So,
Really?
yeah. So pretty much, I was letting it be known that I told everybody they could have came in and got on, but nobody wanted to get on. I got a whole other what you call it? I got a whole little chat running around. My man Gary, he been doing good, but I left a link, so I'm not even worried about that. I want to know from your perspective. What's up, Big Key? I want to know from your perspective. If a man is charging X amount of money for a dog, don't tell him how much you would spend on it. But let's just say if a man was charging $3,000, $1,000, or even let's just say $800 for a let's say $1,200 for a 6-week-old puppy, and this dog is off of a good dog today. Let's say that dog is let's call this dog Bingo. Bailey, let's say he off of Bailey's Bingo. And this is before we know what Bailey was capable of doing. And let's say this was at in 2004. Let's say this is 04. Bailey Bingo at stud. They got him at stud, and they got puppies on the ground off him right now. And one puppy off of Bailey's Bingo right now, before he became what he is, they want to sell this puppy at $800. Would you buy it?
Before he was what he was, $800 would I buy?
Before he was what he was, would you buy it at $800?
The Bailey's Bingo stuff?
Yeah, this is a direct son or daughter off of Bingo. This damn red.
Well, back then, 800, probably not.
Correct. Now, fast forward. Let's say Bingo right now, they got frozen sperm, and you know it's legit. We know it be bullshit, but let's say they know it's legit. And right now, they offering a puppy off of Bailey's Bingo right now, and it's for sale for $1,800. Would you buy that? And Bailey is he's his name now. He's got all his accolades.
Hell yeah, I'd buy it, man. You buying a piece of history right now for that price, and that's damn cheap if you know you buying the legacy and everything off the muscle.
Correct. That is, see, I was given that. Hold on, nobody in the dog. They would want a pedigree dog and have him ride on out. Yeah. You right about that, Eduardo. Yeah, nobody don't want a good dog. They gonna let him ride on the chain.
The understanding got to come back, man, for these cats to really know when they grabbing genuine stock and not, you know what I'm saying? Because you got so many cats who ain't even been in this shit 5 years, go pick up, sit up, buy a few motherfucking dogs, get a few pets, repeat a few bitch-ass wives' tales, and they think they dogs. I mean, you know what I mean? So, man, it don't take nothing but a little gift of gab, really, to be one. If you know how to sound like a motherfucking dog, man, shit, you talk to the wrong right somebody, shit, you a dog, man. You understand? So it's like this here. To us cats, we just watch the game and we watch how you know, naive the public is to these what you want to call them, infiltrators. Right. Because the cats who are here, they been seated here. You know what I'm saying? That's respect to all the cats who've been putting it down over these last decades and everything, who got some real, genuine article in their yard. You know what I'm saying? I respect all you cats out there who really keeping it head first. You know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of cats who don't let infiltrate and be real, man. That's just the facts. And that's the way people are getting over either people's money and everything. You got the real, and then you got the fake, and the fake just start camouflaging like they the real. Yeah. I said, shit, this is all over the place from A to Z, man.
I mean, for what it's worth, you're right about that. Because a lot of people only understand what Google give them. A lot of the cats, especially the newer cats, they don't know what it's like to have an animal who is pretty much from a magazine. All you know is the pedigree. And the pedigree ain't got no lights on it. All you know is just the pedigree, and then from the pedigree, all you know is just the name in front of the dog. And it's the exact same name in front of different dog names. But when you see that exact same name, you've read pedigrees enough to where you understand, okay, this here dog is based off of this Eli Carver dog because of this name. Or this here dog is based off of these here Jeep Red Boy dog because of this last name is in front of all these dog names. You've read enough pedigrees to where you understand this is what it's like for this here. I'm supposed to have a Jeep Red Boy dog when I see the name White, or when I see the name Garrett, or I'm supposed to have Eli Carver dog when I see the name Gone, or when I see the name McCool, or I'm supposed to have Eli dog when I see the name White Oak. No, shit like that. This is what you're supposed to have because you're so used to seeing those names before the dog.
Right.
And once you get an understanding of how that go, then you can read the pedigrees without no lights. I mean, when Peds Online.
Yeah, right. But they also got to get an understanding of what the hell is commercial and what the hell is not. They got to understand that. A lot of you cats ain't even researched. They even rehearsed enough to know, man, it's like this walking in the kitchen, man. And you got a cookbook with 50 pages over there. Can tell you every recipe, you can make food 100 ways out this book, man. But you got these cats who only getting 2 pages of the book, man. And then they think these 2 dishes are all you can serve when you're hungry. You understand? So, if they research and see what's up, man, they paid attention to your bloodlines and everything, man, and what's going on and how you rocking, man. Cats got to be. Do you understand your pedigree, your bloodline, what you putting out here to the public is, man, you got to be 20 years or better than this shit, dog. It's impossible for a cat with any less knowledge than that to even understand your pedigree, to understand that Chinaman motherfucking alligator off old, and that shit still working. Understand that motherfucking GP La Snooty under that shit is old, and this shit still functioning. People got to learn to take value in the fact that when she working for decades, fuck you if you've been working for just 2 or 3 years. Fuck you if you just been working in this shit for 5 years, even 10. Your resume ain't matching this shit. So you got to catch them cats who back in that era, when they smell what it is, all these new cats, you know how to get their money. So we not even going to play like we know how to do that. So we're not going to get mad if they're spending nothing. We don't care. Hell, they ain't in the field. When they come join the field, they'll understand exactly why them dogs cost like they do.
Now that's the hard part, getting in the field, because see, back in the gap, the only way you get in the field, you had to pretty much be around people. Now anybody is part of the infiltrated. They don't infiltrate and they looking the part. And there's not even a lot of new cats who infiltrated. It's actually the people who actually do shit who are showing the old ways today, but they're doing it a little bit more differently. They're saying different things instead of how it was at that particular time. I know what you get what I'm saying. But how they was rolling and how they was moving everything, those animals yesterday are being presented today as something different. Because as I spoke to the audience before earlier than now, they're willing to spend X amount of thousands on any other breed of dog. And
man, the YouTubers,
it's much that they doing this here with. Because everybody who got a specialized animal, go out there and try to buy you a bloodhound for $600. Go out there and try to buy you a greyhound for $800. These are specialized animals. Go out there and offer a kennel who sells those dogs for they specialized work. Offer them $700 for a bloodhound. See what they tell you. And this is a dog who is only made specifically for sniffing.
The one job, yeah.
Yep, he only want one job. people want the Pitbull who can do every damn job outside of specialized shit. They can do every job in the world. They want
man, the Pitbull,
$600.
the Pitbull is the most. That's the most people about get them dogs, and man, they the most highest, hyped up, over imagined breed. I like to think people they get them, and then they just don't even look at it like they would look at it like they bought a lab or a golden retriever or a top quality something else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because they talk to so many cats and they watch these damn dogs come and go out the window like hotcakes. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the new generation, TikToker, YouTube cats who got their YouTube degrees in these dogs. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't no motherfucking degree. But a lot of these cats just got a little YouTube degree and watched a few videos and shit, watched a couple of cats spring pole a few motherfuckers on a few videos and shit. Hey man, I can emulate that.
I'm ready to go.
You know what I'm saying? But then when them bills start kicking their ass and their feed bills start rolling up, a lot of these cats not going to be in here 5 years. Do not be upset you're not selling your dog to none of these bitch ass punks because they really overnight anyway. A lot of them in the 2-3 years, you ain't going to even hear them and your blood going to be pushed out amongst the masses. So don't be upset if they weak ass ain't buying. Who give a damn?
Yeah, when you have you a superior, not even animal, when you have you a superior breed that you've been working with, that you feel good about, you don't worry nothing about nobody else coming behind trying to sit and say this ain't good enough. You don't worry nothing about that. I don't worry nothing about it.
Hell no, man. I know, man. When you know what you know, everybody out there who really breed anything, whoever upkept with anything, it be ducks, weasels. I don't give a damn what it is. Once you know something's mind, nature, physical, once you know your stuff like that, and you just repeatedly, you in the lab, years and years, man. You come out that lab, you know that shit like the back of your hand. See, and you able to get your product out to the public with accuracy. You can tell them exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and only the real other dog man gonna hear this type of talk. It's only gonna echo to them cats who really been down in this shit, man. Not these goddamn, like the cats who been in here 5 years, man, at the most. Maybe a lot of cats you seen ain't even been in this shit 5 years, bro. And that's you know what that sound like to us. A motherfucking baby.
Yep, you
shit, you could be teasing you a baby around this motherfucker. So you feel me? So we talk to a lot of babies, man. So when we gotta catch them up to speed and try to do our best to educate, you know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. A lot. Some of it is as older cats gotta educate these new cats because they're younger, bro. They coming in, you know, the scene change every 4 or 5 years, you know. Yeah. The cats who was 14, you looking at today.
You damn right. See, my man Keith.
Them boys who was little boys now, every 4 or 5 years, somebody turn 18, 19, they go on and they leave mama house and say, I want to get in that field with these, and they do.
Yep, let me give a shout out. My man Big Keith's in there, put it together, man. You damn right. Hold on, let me make sure. I want to sit here and say it thoroughly what this boy here been here. This for my man Keith right here, boy. You did good. Kick ass, goddamn it. That's what I'm talking about, boy. My man Keith said let it be known. Hold on, where does it go here? Yeah, the right investment will keep you going for a long time with the right mindset. You damn right, Big Keith, boy. You damn right. The right investment will keep you going for that shit there, man. Matter of fact, anybody who can't register a good investment, this is what I want you to know. This for me to you personally. If you can't register how to put together nothing from an investment, this is what I'm telling you personally right here.
So fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you forever, bitch.
You need to understand. You got to put together. You got to know what you're doing, man. You got to understand what you're doing. If you try,
hey man, my advice to him on the investment. Man, get your weak ass out the way, man.
You can fetch that back just out breeding this motherfucking undercut.
Man, I already know, man.
You can sit and breed that same dog to whatever dog you got, and you can decide, you know what, man? I spent $3,000 on him. I got 5 or 7 puppies. I'm gonna sell these puppies for $500 a piece. You can make the money back that way. That's the easiest and quickest way.
See what I'm saying? But here's the thing, though.
To where you just sell the damn dog. It's a lot.
It's several ways to do it. It's several ways to do it, man. That's why I said, man, a lot of these cats ain't versed. Man, for real, 2 or 3K on investment on a good bulldog, man. It's, like I said, it ain't nothing to make it back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. It's peanuts in today's game to make 2 and 3K. It's peanuts, man. I'm not even finna just keep discussing that. I'm not finna discuss it no longer.
Don't discuss. This is what we gonna tell them, man.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Every time y'all show up, ain't nobody coming to see y'all.
Man, real talk, man. A lot of these cats, you can't get that. You can't go fetch that back. You just don't know what the fuck you doing. That ain't our fault. We ain't finna describe nothing to you. Hell with you.
They know this here. They've heard them stories.
I know. Yeah, fuck that shit, man.
They've heard them stories of them dogs being able to bring back everything.
Man, I know they done heard all the little wives' tales about motherfuckers coming back with these motherfuckers and, you know what I'm saying, paying off cribs, you know what I'm saying, paying off mortgages, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not finna act like I don't know the game and play like shit. I won't go, you know, we're not even gonna play like that. But 2 or 3K, man, he marks the net on one of these balls persons that don't even really love him. These little TikTok jokers. So you're not gonna play with me.
I forgot the name brands in person, but they sure give it up, boy. And that little chick why don't leave.
Man, we in the world of chicken, man. And say, man, these dogs, they gonna have to handle their business with the breeds like they do with these women. These young cats spending 10 bands and 7, 8 bands on the ball, man.
And they can't.
Shit, and that ain't even no real investment. Shit, that ain't no real investment. So, yeah, man. Shit, the next day they watching her on social media crying because somebody else looking at her pussy and titties.
But yet you
I be laughing at these little joker, man.
Price dog for no, it's not $300-$500. I don't understand. It's not that I don't understand it. I don't even want to.
Nah, they want to pay you low so they can play with your stock. That's why they want to give you a little bit of change, man. They want to try to lowball the cat so they really. Your stock become expendable when you sell it for cheap. It's super expendable, man.
Yep.
These cats gonna play with your stock if you sell it to them cheap. Period.
They not gonna appreciate it. They not gonna.
They not gonna take it. Yeah, they not gonna take none of the years into consideration that it took to sustain long as that shit done been around, man. So let these new cats do what they do, man. In 4 or 5 years, you won't even see half these, man. Over half the cats that's in this, man. This shit real, man. And like I said, any cat that's in here, man. If you ran after a nickel. She hit us back, man.
Perfect.
If you ran after a nickel, she hit us back, man. Any cats who brand new, you still running this shit after a nickel. Even that, you know what I'm saying? Today's time, man. Say, man.
You heard me.
You know, we could begin to have a conversation, man. You cats can just stay a nickel straight down in this shit.
let me give it to him. Hold on.
You heard me.
He said what it's supposed to be, boy. You heard what that man said, boy. If everybody else who complaining about the price, everybody else who complaining about $3,000, I understand. I do understand, but understand that I don't care. And this is how much I don't care. Listen to this here.
Boy, you better get your fat ass out that street.
Don't be playing around, man. Do y'all thing. Enjoy yourselves, man. Do y'all thing. Enjoy yourselves. But don't be crying about somebody else's price for what they have. I understand where you're coming from because I used to be you. I just wasn't you all the way by telling you that I don't like what you're doing. That's the only.
But you know our main problem, though.
Yeah, too much pride. Shit.
Yeah. But now besides that, though, I'm the main is how it go down, man.
Yeah.
We really. I mean, they can keep their child their pride all they want.
Who know exactly who know all the commands you want him to do. His ass can get everything done. He performs in front of the top people. When they sit and say, "Oh man, this decoy kind of hard," he perform on that decoy. When they sit and say, "Oh, this judge kind of hard," he perform on that judge. When this motherfucker does what you ask him to do, every single time, you cannot sit and say, "I only want to pay."
I just thought about it. Hey, I just thought about something.
Okay.
I just thought about something, man. Say, okay, it's like this, man. Now we know we don't ever mind about the. These cats, because like I said, it's ways to go get that, several ways to get the bread back. But it's like this here. If you ask me, I bet you the people that was complaining about the prices more or less don't even got a program yet. Because most people with programs not even looking for nothing right now. Most folk who really been in this shit for years, they're not looking for nothing. They got their shit established.
Yeah, they not.
A lot of the cats you talking to ain't nothing but new cats, bro.
Yep, they not finna. The people who are already situated, they not finna buy. They are.
But here's the thing, right? Yeah, they just like you cats like me, man. They already super established. They've been having their shit for umpteen years, bro. They don't fuck umpteen my ass. 20 plus, man. These cats are really do this and 30 plus and shit, man. And the list go on, so forth. But man, hey, The cats, I promise you talk to cats and cats that ain't got no yard. Them cats who really got a product. The cats who really ain't got no true, genuine article on their yard.
No.
They searching for it. The cats who really been around long enough, they already got this shit already cut and established, man.
Well, you heard it thoroughly. Matter of fact, before we get up out, let me help all y'all know what time it is, how we feel around here.
It's EBK every day, all day, to the day I die.
And so with that being said, man,
Motherfucking right.
Everybody who showed up to the live today, man, I appreciate y'all giving it to me. I appreciate the chat chopping up with you, boy. I appreciate everybody sitting there speaking to me, letting me know. Well, not really speaking to me. Just my man Gary let me know that my sound wasn't good. So I appreciate you putting me on to that. But I thank everybody on here who came, gave me they listened there. I appreciate your time. I do not take that lightly. I really do appreciate the time. Let me chop it up with y'all. I've been on here longer than what I wanted to, but I'm glad y'all let me listen to y'all and let me talk to y'all. So until then, as I stated before, man, watch what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. I always remember the price of the pit going up. I'm going to keep it that way. You ever hear anybody else say different or even say it, understand where it came from. It came from K9 ProSeeds. You see that black flag with the K9 ProSeeds on there? It came from over here. I've been championing that. These dogs is not expendable dogs like that. You're not mine. Somebody else's maybe, but not mine. But
shit, mine either.
I'm not going to allow. I'm not going to keep you boys like that too much longer, man. I thank y'all all for coming here chopping up with me, man. But like I said, this your boy Nick Love and K9 ProSeeds. I'll holler at you boys later, man. Peace out.